हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, कैसे हो आप लोग। आज अपने स्टार्ट करने वाले स्टैंडर्ड 9 का विकास का जो सेकंड टेस्ट का असाइनमेंट है, जिसमें अपने बात करने वाले इंग्लिश सब्जेक्ट में सेक्शन सी क्वेश्चन नंबर 10 की डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट स्पीच की। इसके पहले ऑलरेडी मैंने बहुत सारे वीडियो अपलोड करके इंग्लिश के यूट्यूब पे रख दिए गए हैं। जो आपने नहीं देखा हो तो उसकी लिंक आपको नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगी, वहाँ पे जाके आप चेक कर सकते हो। ओके, तो स्टार्ट करेंगे वीडियो को। स्टैंडर्ड 9 का इंग्लिश सब्जेक्ट सेक्शन सी क्वेश्चन नंबर 10। ओके, रीड करो। मार्गी सेड, वेयर डिड यू फाइंड इट? इन माई हाउस। ही पॉइंटेड विदाउट लुकिंग बिकॉज ही वॉज बिजी रीडिंग इन द एटिक। व्हाट इज अबाउट स्कूल? ओके, तो इसका डायरेक्ट था, अपने इनडायरेक्ट में कन्वर्ट करेंगे। मार्गी आस्क्ड टॉमी वेयर ही हैड फाउंड दैट, to which Tommy replied that in his house. He had pointed without looking because he was busy in the attic. And subsequently, Margie asked what that was about. तो टॉमी ने रिस्पॉन्ड दिया एंड आंसर दिया was about school. Okay. Second, well, Kezia, have you been a good girl today? I don't know, father. You don't know. If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. तो उसका आंसर आएगा, फादर आस्क्ड केजिया if she had been a good girl that day, to which she replied that she didn't know, and he warned her that if he continued to stutter like that, her mother would have to take her to the doctors. Okay. नेक्स्ट बात करेंगे यूनिट 6 की। He used to spend hour with me and would say, Kalam, I want you to develop so that you are on par with the highly educated people on the big cities. स्टार्ट करेंगे। He mentioned that he used to spend hour with me and would say that Kalam wanted to me to develop so that I am on par with the highly educated people of the big cities. Correct? Okay, the next. Observing my hesitation, he told me not to get upset, saying, once you decided to change the system, such a problems have to be confronted. तो उसका क्या आएगा? Observing my hesitation, he told me not to get upset. He said that once I decided to change the system, problems had to be confronted. Okay. Then next start करेंगे क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. He told me as if thinking aloud. तो इस he told me as if thinking aloud, Abu, I know you have to go away to grow. Does the seagull not fly across the sun alone and without a nest? तो इसका आंसर क्या आएगा? He told me as thinking aloud that I के लिए यूज किया गया he knew I had to grow है, का had हो गया to grow away, to go away to grow. He asked whether the seagull didn't fly. यहाँ पे not fly का does not का लिखेंगे didn't fly क्योंकि पास्ट में कन्वर्ट होगा. didn't fly across the sun alone and without nest आता है, वहां पे नीड लिख दिया मैंने, नेस्ट आता है. ओके. नेक्स्ट यूनिट 7, उसमें पार्ट 1. संतोष सेड माई कॉलेज सेमिस्टर इन जयपुर was to end in April, but it ended on the 19th of May, and I was supposed to be in the Uttarkasi on the 21st. so I did not go back home. Instead, I headed the straight for the training. करेक्ट, तो इसका इनडायरेक्ट में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. संतोष said that his college semester in the जयपुर had to the end of the April में हो गया था, but it had ended on the 19th of May. एडिशनली ही सी की जगह पाएगा सी वॉज, मैंने ही लिखा है सी आएगा. सी वॉज सपोज टू बी इन द उत्तरकाशी ऑन द 21st, सो सी डिड नॉट, so did not, instead he did not went to back home. Instead he headed straight for the training. Okay, next. I had to write a letter to apology to my father, without whose permission I had got myself enrolled at Uttarkashi, said Santosh. तो आंसर आएगा उसका, संतोष यादव इज अ स्पीकर हियर and she had to write a letter of apology to her father. Okay, my father की जगह पे आएगा her father, because she had got herself enrolled for mountaineering course without seeking his permission. Correct? Okay. Third, Santosh has said it took some time for the enormity of the movement to sink in, and then I unfurled the Indian tricolours and held it aloft on the roof of the world. The feelings is indescribable. स्टार्ट करेंगे. संतोष said that it took him time to sink the time of enormity of the movement, and then I कहेगा he unfurled the Indian tricolours and held it alt on the roof of the world, and the Indian flag was being flew on the top of the world, and the feeling was indescribable. राइट. ओके, इसमें पार्ट 2 है, उसकी बात करेंगे. आई यूज टू बी सो लॉनली, मारिया शार्पोवा रिकॉल. आई मिस्ड माई मदर टेरिबली. माई फादर वॉज वर्किंग एज मच एज ही कुड टू कीप माई टेनिस ट्रेनिंग गोइंग, सो ही कुडंट सी मी आइदर. आंसर आएगा इसका, मारिया शार्पोवा रिकॉल कर रही है, recalled that she had been, आई की जगह पाएगा she had been so lonely that, आई की जगह फिर से she had, मिस्ड की जगह had, मिस्ड माई की जगह पे her, mother terribly, and that माई की जगह पे her father was working as much as he could keep, माई की जगह पाएगा her tennis training going, so he couldn't see her either. Correct. Next, Maria says, because I was so young, I used to go to bed at 8 p.m. The other tennis pupils would come in at 11 p.m. and wake up me up and order me to tidy up the room and clean it. तो आंसर आएगा, Maria Sharapova said that she was so young, आई की जगह पाएगा सी वॉज सो यंग, सी यूज्ड टू गो टू बेड एट 8 p.m. द अदर टेनिस प्यूपिल्स वुड कम इन एट 11 p.m. and wake her up and order her to tidy up the room and clean it. ओके, क्लियर. सो दैट्स यहाँ पे अपना डायरेक्ट इनडायरेक्ट फिनिश होता है. वीडियो पसंद है तो वीडियो को लाइक और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना.